Okay, let's dive deep. Today, we're looking at Mumbai, India. I mean, what an incredible megacity. We've got this really detailed article covering its history, economy, culture, all of it. And our mission really is to cut through all that info and pull out the most, fascinating bits for you. Get the essence of Mumbai.
Yeah, it's a comprehensive source. It really traces the city's evolution from ancient history right up to its role today as this global hub. We'll just touch on its geography, the economy, and those striking contrasts it holds.
And it gets interesting straight away, like this huge city. Yeah, it didn't start as one place. It was, what, 7 islands originally? An archipelago? That's pretty wild.
Exactly, an archipelago.
And the name, too.
Yeah.
The shift from Bombay to Mumbai, the article digs into that whole story. Let's get into it.
It's really fascinating how those islands, Bombay Island, Pearl, Colaba, those ones were physically connected. Starting way back, late 18th century, they undertook these massive engineering projects. The Hornby Vellard is one the article mentions, basically reclaiming huge areas from the sea.
Right. So they literally built the landmass,
No.
stitched the islands together by the mid-1800s. That whole process, building the city out of the water, it feels so central to its identity.
It's a foundational.
And the name change you mentioned. So Bombay was the official name until 1995, the article says.
Yeah, and the article points out this wasn't just like a bureaucratic tweak. The government officially adopted Mumbai in November 95. It seems it was pushed by Marathi nationalist groups like Shiv Sena. They saw Bombay as, well, a colonial leftover. Mumbai connects to the goddess Mumba Devi.
Okay, so it's tied up with identity, post-colonial feeling,
Yeah.
makes sense. The article even notes using Bombay can still be a bit sensitive. It really shows how history isn't just history. It's alive in the city now.
Mm-hmm. And if you link that history to today, the article is crystal clear. Mumbai's economic power is huge. It calls it the financial, commercial, and entertainment heart of South Asia. You've got the Bombay Stock Exchange, the RDI, India's central bank, and it contributes, what, over 6% to India's entire GDP? That's massive.
That economic muscle is incredible. The article even compares it to places like New York. But here's where the source paints a really complex picture, maybe even a stark one. It hosts the most billionaires in Asia, yeah. But the article also calls it one of the world's most unequal cities.
Yes, that contrast is stressed heavily. The pressure on housing is immense. It details rents are high, so a huge number of people rely on what's called informal housing because they just can't afford the formal market. Dharavi is the famous example the article brings up. Somewhere between 800,000 and 1 million people packed into this tiny space. It makes it one of the most densely populated places anywhere.
Wow, that density, that sheer concentration of people, it must put incredible strain on everything. Infrastructure, for example. The article talks about the Mumbai Suburban Railway, the locals, they call it, an absolute lifeline for millions every day. But it faces, severe overcrowding, especially rush hour.
It's a huge challenge. Yet, amidst all that, the article also shows this incredibly vibrant culture. It's the birthplace of Bollywood, Indian cinema. There's a buzzing theater scene, massive festivals, and that famous street food culture that everyone seems to enjoy, regardless of background. It's just pulsating with energy.
So, okay, wrapping up what we gleaned from this source, Mumbai's journey is pretty amazing, from separate islands through colonial times and that name change, to being this global economic giant and cultural force today. Immense power, creativity, but also grappling with these intense pressures. Density, inequality.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Absolutely. And the article really highlights the city's resilience, doesn't it? From literally building itself out of the water to navigating all these complex social issues and environmental challenges like flooding. It keeps adapting, keeps pushing.
Yeah, it leaves you with this picture of a city that's just incredibly layered, so dynamic, full of life.
So thinking about everything the article laid out, the growth, the wealth, the sheer number of people packed together, what do you think is Mumbai's single biggest challenge, or maybe its biggest opportunity looking forward?
Definitely something to chew on after this. Thanks, everyone, for joining us on this deep dive into Mumbai.